The island was silent, except for the sound of dry leaves crunching under the morning wind. Komodo Island looked ancient, as if time itself had forgotten this place. Jagged rocks, burnt grasslands, and twisted trees told stories of survival. But the true story of the island was not written in stone or soil. It moved slowly, breathed heavily, and watched with eyes older than memory. The Komodo Dragon. From behind a fallen tree, the massive creature emerged. Its body was thick and scarred, each scale a shield forged by countless battles. Its long tongue flicked in and out, tasting the air for life, for danger, for opportunity. This was not just an animal. This was the last king of a forgotten age. Daniel stood frozen, his camera hanging uselessly from his neck. He was a wildlife documentarian, trained to observe without emotion. Yet in this moment, every instinct inside him screamed to step back. He had filmed lions in Africa and bears in Alaska, but nothing prepared him for this. Nothing prepared him to feel like prey. The dragon stopped, its head lifted slowly, eyes locking onto Daniel's position. There was no fear in those eyes, only awareness. The kind that said, "I know you are here." Daniel's breath caught in his throat. Years ago, legend spoke of dragons breathing fire. This one didn't need fire. Its bite alone carried death. Venom mixed with bacteria, turning even a small wound into a slow sentence. Daniel remembered the ranger's words. If it comes close, don't run. You can't outrun history. The Komodo dragon took a step forward, then another. Each movement was heavy, deliberate, confident. It had ruled this land long before humans learned to build cities. Empires had risen and fallen while this creature remained, unchanged, undefeated. Suddenly, a sharp sound echoed from the jungle. Another dragon appeared, smaller, leaner, but hungry. Its body was tense, eyes fixed on the larger dragon. Daniel realized what was happening. This was not about him anymore. This was about territory, power, survival. The larger dragon opened its mouth, revealing rows of curved teeth stained by old kills. A deep, vibrating growl rolled through the air. The smaller dragon responded, hissing, its tongue snapping like a warning. For a moment, the world held its breath. Then chaos. The two dragons lunged at each other, claws tearing into scales, tails whipping dust into the air. The ground shook as ancient instincts collided. Daniel watched in horror and awe, unable to move, unable to look away. This was nature without filters, raw, violent, honest. After seconds that felt like minutes, the smaller dragon broke away. Bleeding, defeated, it disappeared into the trees. The larger dragon stood alone, chest rising and falling, victorious. King of Komodo. Slowly, it turned its head toward Daniel once more. This time, there was no aggression, only indifference. Daniel was not worth the effort. The dragon flicked its tongue and began moving toward the shoreline, its massive body casting a long shadow across the land. Daniel finally exhaled. Later that evening, as the sun sank into the ocean, Daniel followed at a safe distance. The dragon stood at the beach, staring at the endless water. Waves crashed gently, as if bowing to the ruler of the island. In that moment, the dragon looked almost peaceful. Daniel raised his camera, but then lowered it again. Some moments were not meant to be captured. Some stories were meant to be remembered. He understood now. Komodo dragons were not monsters. They were reminders. Reminders that the world was once wild beyond imagination, and still was, if you knew where to look. Humans called themselves kings of the planet. Yet here stood a creature that needed no crown, no weapons, no words. Just survival. That night, Daniel sat by his campfire, writing in his journal. I came searching for danger. I found truth. On Komodo Island, humans are visitors. The dragon is history itself, breathing, watching, waiting. Deep in the darkness, the Komodo dragon disappeared into the jungle, carrying the weight of millions of years on its back. And as long as it walked the island, the ancient world was not yet lost.